welcome everyone to first game between Ray and Tico Asek in the Red Cup round of 16. Now let's quickly turn off the fog of war. We can see that. There we go. Oh no, that's a bit too fast. Wait, let's get speed 75. There we go, that's good. Really strange start here. 27 population start. I started 3 villagers and a lot of militia. And market and archer range as well. One more militia over there. Strange map here with the wood line in front. I think when you start with an army like that, going aggressive is the best strategy. Just imagine if the militia go aggressive and if they can kill 1 or 2 villagers. Oh, look at that follow coming in. It's the Dumpy. No, it's the dumb boy. Thank you for following. Let's see here. Okay, actually going forward with his militia, not patrolling in. He could have picked off some militia from Teal there. I think Teal is just Ray scouting.
Yeah.
Go to this point of view. Let's look here. Yeah, look at that. He's just scouting around with all his militia. Just another strategy in compared to El Tico here. And El Tico, ooh, just missing Town Center. Town Center just going up for Teal. And ooh, it's going the wrong way. Come on. Red needs to react here. Why is he not reacting? He sees the houses. You could even take down the houses. He wasn't in time to stop the Town Center from going up. You can just keep destroying your opponent's houses so he can keeps getting housed the entire time. Let's look at what the army from Ray is doing. Even has more militia at home. Still 27 pop for both. Okay, this looks like to be the first engagement here. Taking some arrows from Town Center fire, but only 3 villagers inside, so not that many arrows firing. So, being a bit idle here with his army. I think he should use his army. Even if he doesn't want to go underneath the Town Center, just attack the buildings. Could even try to loop around and take out at the market or the archer range. Let's look at the other side, how Ray is using his militia, but this is starting to be like a small wall. Yeah, look at this Ray. He's just attacking the houses. That's a good decision. Now he sees the army over here. Is probably going to fight the army. Yes, look at that. Good fight for Ray. Meanwhile, El Tico not using his army. Not using his army at the moment. He's trying to lure the militia into the town center. Ray's going back. And where's he going? He knows the army's forward, so he could just engage here, but it seems like he's just going around to do a bit more of scouting. He did steal 3 goats. It's quite a big deal. That's a good amount of food. Yeah, I think, let's see, field production, Ray is already ahead with 2 villagers. So Red didn't get his houses up as early as Teal did here. Kill death ratio, yeah, 2-1, not really a big deal. But yeah, this army for Red not doing any damage even though they've been forward for so long. Now he's going to find the archer range. I think he should take that one out maybe. Yeah, there we go. So, since you're in the darkest with militia, I think you want to maybe try to keep them alive and turn them into man-at-arms in the feudal age. And while you're in the dark age, just use them to take out the buildings, just like Red is doing over here. That's probably the correct response. Ray running into the town center, causing some idle time, but losing 3 of his militias at the same time. Now he's going to take a good engagement here if he's patrolling in. He's going to clean up these militias at home. Right, it's calves though. He lured in 1 elephant. And ooh, look at that. Selling the stone. That's a great idea from Red here. Selling all the stone to buy food and to try and get up to the feudal age faster. I really like that decision. Now, Ray going for the market. Look at this stage running underneath the town center. The arrows do a lot more damage since there are a lot more villagers inside here. 13 villagers compared to the 3 villagers earlier on. And where's he going? Seems like he's going back home. Is he going back home to try and fight this? Well, Red already lost quite a few militia because he was taking like a small group of militia fights versus a big militia. So we can't really engage with it at the moment. I think he should have stayed forward and just take down like these houses which are out of the range from town center. Personally, I would have taken out the houses, which means that Teal cannot produce more villagers unless he rebuilds houses, which cost wood again and just delays his feudal time. So the market did get taken down. It could be important later on in the game. Now the 2 armies passing each other here. Teal going back home while Red is going forward. Also note the elephant for Red is over here. So he will not be able to get the elephant inside. And he also lost some goats. And now he's actually running quite low on food. He's making a mill here so we can place farms. Compared to Teal, let's see, does Ray know about the second elephant? Okay, he does know about the second elephant. Even taking more goats. And where is the second elephant for Red? Ooh, it's way in the back here. Will not be able to get that elephant. And here we go, look at this. Yeah, Teal doing what Red should have done, focusing on the houses again. Now 31 out of 40 population. If 2 houses go down, Red will be pop capped again. Not patrolling in, taking a few bad hits there. And he does not have the numbers to fight versus Teal here. So these houses will go down. Red will get pop capped again here. Look at that. 31 out of 30 population. 4 villagers behind of Teal. 4 villagers behind of Teal. And what's Teal doing? I think he... Oh, he's going for the barracks. Let's look at the food count. Okay, so he's going to click up to the fuel age when the barracks goes up. And Red... Well, Red actually has a good amount of food as well. But he is not clicking up. Yeah, it is not of the buildings to click up. He's making a lumber camp now. So he has the lumber camp and the mill as his 2 buildings. And Teal has the lumber camp and the barracks. I think the barracks here proper spawns because he will be getting the upgrades for his military in the fuel age. And yeah, look at that. Red still not clicking up. Queued up 1 more villager. Don't like that. Should have clicked up sooner. Because now Ray is going to hit fuel age. Ray is going to get man-at-arms. And then he can take a really good fight here versus the militia from Reds. So yeah, a bit unfortunate that he didn't get his elephants in. Also his berries are forward, which are kind of denied by the militias running forwards. Wild camel. Okay. Teal on the berries. Didn't take the elephant. Let's look at barracks coming up now from Red. Oh, not a good fight for Red again. Needs to run away. Yeah, so now fuel age. This is important. This is the part where Teal can do a lot of damage. Man-at-arms coming in. And Man-at-arms will be finished before Red even hits the fuel age. I would even consider dropping down a blacksmith. There we go, already instantly blacksmith coming up. He's not on gold though, that's the only problem. I think Teal here should have been on gold, so we could also get a blacksmith upgrades early. Now, okay, Teal is inside, kill the house. Might kill a villager here. Nope, going back. The villager just surviving. He will take out the barracks, which means that Red will not be able to get the man-at-arms upgrades when he's in the fuel age. Taking some arrow fire. Not too big. It's really good for Teal. Just take out the barracks, take out the houses. Red will need to make a new barracks so he can get upgrades to the militia. Yeah, Red trying to lure the army inside this town center. He's making some archers now, but there's just so many militia here. Look at that villager count also, 22 to 17. 22 to 17. And constantly, well, it's only 4 idols, but it's 4 villagers not working. Barracks going down, blacksmith coming up. And R.E.D, yeah, he's just going to throw away the militia, I presume, since he's not making new barracks. Not really worth it getting the man-at-arm upgrade. Okay, so he is trying to go, well, archers, they do kind of counter the man-at-arms because they can just hit and run, but there's still a huge number of militia here. And also Teal being off, he needs to get infantry upgrades anyway, so it doesn't really matter if he gets them now or later in the game. Yeah, the villager count is really disturbing, 24 to 17 already. R.E.D really struggling with the food count. More militia over there. Rest of the map, yeah, there's a lot of gold and stone backwards. Of course, as the Burmese, you want to try and get the castle up to go for your unique units. Yeah, 7 villagers behind now. And it's just getting worse. Resources for R.E.D here, as you can see, really low, only food. And look at Teal's resources, 500 food. 500 food. He's not on gold. He's heavily on the berries here. Look at how many villagers he has on the berries. That's way too much. He should send some villagers to gold, make a mining camp, get some gold in. Could also buy the foods, and there's so much gold on this map. I would have like taken half of these villagers, sent them to gold. Try to get the 200 gold for the castle age, and if you have more than 200 gold, you can even buy like 100 foods, so you can click up faster. Oh, look at this. We actually missed this. Teal used the man-at-arms to lure one of the elephants from R.E.D all the way here over to his town center. Oh, it's so sad that I missed this, but look at this. This is really nice for him. 400 extra food. And that's a really effective use of your man-at-arms there. They're low HP, but that doesn't really matter. Made a second market here. Now he's using the market. He might not have seen this one. Yeah, it can happen, it can happen. Of course, starting with the market is not standard, so let's not criticize him too much for making a second market here. He is on the way to Castle Age. On the way to Castle Age. Still not in gold, still not on stone. And a lot of idle villagers for him. But R.E.D with only 24 villagers is so far behind. Look at his food count, 50 food. He is nowhere near clicking up to the Castle Age. And what can Teal do in the Castle Age? He has more army, even though he is facing archers now. So should he instantly get longsword upgrades? I don't know. His army is really low HP. Maybe he should have garrisoned some of these in the town center to heal them up. Go forward with siege. He could do that. Go for a forward siege workshop. Go for mangonel. Since R.E.D is only making archers, the mangonel will counter the archers and will also be able to do some pressure to the economy from R.E.D. Don't think that booming up is a good idea on this map. I think you want to try and be pretty aggressive. You could maybe add in 2 town centers, but I would not go for 3 or 4 TCs. It's going with a stable now. That's going with a stable as the Goth. So he's going to add in a few knights to kill off the archers and the skirmishers. Yeah, that will work, but I don't know investing into stable units. I would have invested in siege, personally. And then you would have the man-at-arms protecting the mangonels. Go forward to this workshop. But let's see how this works out. He's going on stone now. going heavily on stone. So we might see a castle for the Huskarls. That's selling food now. Ray's selling food while El Tico here desperately needs food, and he's getting housed again and kind of missed this. It's 30 versus 34 villagers behind in the age. Still not enough food to click up the castle age. And yeah, now finally going on to the gold. And these 2 knights will be enough to kill all these archers and skirmishers. Even though there's no upgrades on the knights. So army for red going down. Teal playing a bit passive here with his army. Don't really like the knight choice, but with that help out, he was able to easily clean up the army from red. He's getting wheelbarrow now, so he's going to have a really strong economy. Quite heavily on stone. Let's keep his point of view on. Red on the way to castle age now. Red will be on the way to castle age. 31 villagers. His economy, well, is going to be fully walled here. So this side is completely walled. This side is completely walled. Small gap over here, which he is walling right now. And yeah, he will be completely walled. Is on stone, so he will go for a castle. And will go for his unique units. Doesn't really have the space to build any more town centers. Maybe a second one over here, but... And this is the point where the siege would have been really great from Teal. He's coming forward to 3 villagers, so we might see the forward siege workshop after all. Only a bit later than I hoped for. And oh, there's actually a hole here. There's actually a hole. Oh, poor Red here, losing 1 villager. He did notice in time, and he's going to re-wall. But 1 knight getting inside, getting picked off by the town center fire, luckily for him. Wait, welcome to the stream, man. Oh, look at this, actually towers coming up. Towers coming up from Teal. That's a really nice tower placement, denying some of the farms here. Red will have to counter tower that. Which means that he will have to use a stone, which he desperately wants to make a castle, I presume. He only has 3 on stone now. Only has 3 on stone compared to Teal here, who has 8 on stone. And Teal stone count. Oh, look at that, he has enough for a castle. He has enough for a castle after he makes a tower. Red not really yet reacting to the tower. Maybe he doesn't see it. Yeah, he does see the tower coming up, of course. He has this one trapped in militia, but he does not have the stone to counter tower at the moment. He's going for a monastery, good response to counter the knights, also getting the archer upgrades, going with bodkin arrow and crossbow, but this tower will go up without a problem for Teal. Will deny some of the farms, and here we go, forward castle from Teal. Oh, he deleted it. He's coming in to make it a bit more in the back so his villagers are safe next to the tower position. That's a really smart idea, to make the castle over here so his villagers can hop in and out of the town center so they do not get sniped by the crossbows. I think he should have sent a bit more villagers forward, because with only 3 villagers it's going to take so long for the castle to be built here. Monk out for Red, trying to convert. Oh, look at that conversion coming in. 2 town centers for Red now. Teal still on the 1, I presume. Yeah, still 1 town center for Teal. More forward villagers coming to get this castle up. So Teal will eventually get the castle up. Will have forward castle and could easily just spam in Huskarls. Spam in Huskarls, not to kill, but just to delay the economy. Just keep a lot of the villagers idle. Delay Red from getting his own castle. Look at this tower doing work, trying to get a counter tower up, but that will not happen. That's not going to happen, Red. Castle will go up, and oh, let's see here. Conversion, no, the knight picking up the monk. Knight picking up the monk, trying to snipe the villagers here. Needs to focus the tower on the crossbows or on the villagers for the tower. Teal doesn't really know what to do. Losing villagers here. I think he needs to kill the crossbows. So the tower for Red will eventually go up, but I think if Teal just forces down the castle. Let's look at the percentage. 83, 84. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. I really didn't expect the tower to go up though. Like, there were decent amount of crossbow army here. Teal didn't really know what to do. Did he have the garrison to kill the crossbows? Did he have to leave his villagers aside to force down the castle? And eventually he... Yeah, that's a doubt castle. I did not see that happening. I really thought that he had enough villagers forward to force it down before the tower farm had come up. So now he's going with more forward villagers. Oh, he's going to try and force it down. Look at this, 92, 93 HP. Can just, yeah, try to hop in and out. But these villagers are so low HP, I would just keep them inside before losing them. Yeah, just going to lose one, lose two. Castle will go up though. But he lost 3 of his villagers there. Buying more stone, so he's going to make more fort towers, losing one more villager. But the castle, yeah, is such a good position. Now siege worship coming up from Red, probably going to go for rams to take down the castle. But Teal doing, like I said, making some Huskarls. And these Huskarls, they don't even need to kill units. You can just mess them up and send them into the economy just to delay the economy from Red.
I still live secretly loving what you do, Captain.
Thank you for the resubscription, Maria Eski. I still secretly love doing what you do, Captain. Thanks. Let's see, a lot on gold. Still 1 TC farms, a lot of farms. Oh no, 2 town centers. But yeah, villager count Red already got up to Teal. So Red did get up to Teal. He's going for market 2 TCs and a second castle from Teal. This is a really strange castle position. Why would he make the castle over here? So it was he unable to place it here? Yeah, that's it's a really strange decision to make the castle over there. I mean, he could have placed it over here somewhere to like hit those buildings. He could have made it over here on this side so it could hit the town center, and yeah, it doesn't really matter that much, right? Since he's doing what I said, making Huskarls just to delay the economy. Look at this, 20 idle villagers for Red. That's 20 villagers not collecting resources. That's a half of his economy not doing anything. So just go full Huskarls, get the upgrades for his units. Now, counter castle coming up from Red. Also, monks do really well versus the Huskarls. And yeah, this is a problem here. Red still 15 villagers idle in this town center and losing villagers here. This 23, 25. So many idle villagers for Red here, so many idle for Red. And he's not going to get any resources in. He will have the castle up. But what's the plan? He's just sending in rams one by one. They're actually dying to the Huskarls and the castle fire. I think it's really tough here to stop the raining from Teal. Keep in mind, Teal doesn't really need to kill villagers, like I said. Just delaying the economy is strong enough. And look at that, actually, Red calling the GG. Red calling the GG, knowing that the raids were really tough on him. Yeah, look at this. 24 out of 36 villagers idle. That's huge. And Teal winning the game there. Yeah, forward castle got denied for a bit there, but eventually going up. Second castle, strange location. But yeah, it was more than enough. Teal winning the game, which means that he is 1-0 versus El Tico. Check the achievements. Units killed better, large army the same, which was the 24 militia they started with. And villager count, yeah, mean, when Teal went forward with the castle, he lost some villagers, didn't really go to two town centers as early as Red, so Red was able to catch up in the villager count a bit. Yeah, but of course, raiding with Huskarls pretty hard to stop.